Can you see the video?
Yes.
Okay, does it show to the clerk and me? Because mine's showing it's me and the clerk.
No, all I'm seeing is you.
Did you pin it?
Yes.
No, it's just me. Sorry. The TV came on initially, but it went out.
He said that it's been flipped on and not living on them.
Oh, okay.
They did an update yesterday midday, and it broke.
Hey, Your Honor.
Good evening. How are you?
Pretty good. This is Jail. We don't have any Spanish speakers today. I don't know if you want to release the Spanish interpreter or not.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Spanish interpreter, you're excused. Be on call in case we call you back. Thank you.
Will do, Your Honor. Thank you. Good night.
At the jail, what is your full name, please?
Victor Cohen.
Is it Ayon or just Cohen?
Cohen,
All right, looks like you have 2 charges of domestic violence, disorderly conduct. I'm gonna enter pleas of not guilty. The alleged incident date was from October 27th of 2024. I need to let you know you do have a constitutional right to remain silent, and you can hire your attorney to represent you. If the state's asking for jail time at any point, you would be entitled to be screened to see if you qualify to have an attorney appointed. Otherwise, you'll be representing yourself. Need to let you know you do have a right to be present at all hearing dates, even if you're in custody. And let's say you had a trial in your case and you were found guilty of any of the charges and you did not appear for your sentencing. If 90 days goes by, you have not appeared, you would be waiving your right to appeal your case to a higher court. For these charges, I'm going to release you. Don't commit to any further acts of domestic violence. I see though, you're going to stay in custody on that probation hold. But for this case, I'm going to set your next court date in city court, December 2nd, 2024 at 9 a.m. And good luck to you. Thank you.
Mr. Boyd, go sit down right there. And see us. Line up right here. Gonzalez. Line up right behind him. Okay, Hager.
Oh, you haven't paid me charges.
Huh?
You haven't paid me charges superior point stuff. Wasn't that?
Sergeant Alvarez and Ramirez. You
Probation.
don't do that?
That's what they moving, you know.
Walk around, you want to stay right here, right? Go follow it, you're gonna walk around. Swing. We all have it. You see this? You're gonna go first, I still have to go, sit down on that, go out first, yeah, right there. But.
That's just all.
Also, Sergeant. Hager. Andre. Meek. Okay, helpers.
Let me look at this guy. What is your full name, please?
Ricardo and Tinz.
Is your middle name, is it Cordova and Phoenix?
Yeah.
All right, you have, how many cases does he have? All right, there's a lot of South Tucson City Court. You have a theft and, or shoplifting criminal trespass on May 7th, 2023. Shoplifting criminal trespass on May 12th of 2023. May 2nd, 2023, you have a theft criminal trespass. May 10th of 2023, you have a shoplifting criminal trespass. May 16th, 2023, you have shoplifting criminal trespass, drug paraphernalia. May 30th of 2023, you have shoplifting criminal trespass. May 26th of 2023, you have shoplifting criminal trespass. And then April 24th of 2023, you have shoplifting criminal trespass. April 29th, 2023, shoplifting criminal trespass. June 19th, 2023, shoplifting drug paraphernalia criminal trespass. October 5th, 2023, shoplifting drug paraphernalia criminal trespass. August 15th, 2022, shoplifting. December 26th, 2022, shoplifting. December 26th, 2022, shoplifting. January 16th, 2023, shoplifting. April 14th, 2023, shoplifting criminal trespass. April 3rd, 2023, shoplifting criminal trespass. January 18th, 2023, shoplifting. April 8th, 2023, shoplifting criminal trespass. I am going to quash the warrant, set your bond at $2,500 cash. I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you, and it's going to be Michael Vaughn. Let's see, hold on a second. Actually, is it? Yeah, Michael Van Dam, Michael. Hold on a second. I'm gonna list the phone number on your paperwork, and you'll see a judge in South Tucson City Court on November 4th at 10 a.m. You'll see a judge and your attorney. You are excused. Thank you.
If you're seeing, put a step back down there to pitch, sit wherever. Mrs. Gonzalez? If you like to.
What is your full name, please?
Arveo Gonzalez Urola Jesucita.
You had first of all, let's see, a warrant for your arrest out of, which court is this? Justice Court, I believe. Hold on. Yeah, it was some sort of assault charge. I am going to quash that warrant. I'm going to enter a plea of not guilty. I'll release you on this warrant case. Your next court date in Justice Court is going to be November 21st at 10 a.m. You must be present. If not, a warrant's going to issue for your arrest. And then you picked up a new charge for domestic violence assault from today's date. I'm going to enter a plea of not guilty. Do not commit to any further acts of domestic violence. Your next court date is going to be in Justice Court, December 3rd at 8:30 a.m. So those are two different court dates. Make sure you appear. If you don't, warrants will issue for your arrest. Do you understand?
I understand.
You're excused, and don't pick up any new charges.
Thank you, Judge.
We'll give you the court report of the dates, but.
Okay, you guys are gonna give everything.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Haggard? He's the, what's the right here? You don't.
What is your full name, sir?
Joshua Ryan Haker.
All right, it looks like you got arrested for several new charges from today's date. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know if this is duplicate filing. Let's see.
It has to be. All I do is break the window,
I'm
ma'am.
not asking you for a question.
Okay, sorry.
So it looks like 2 counts of domestic violence assault, 2 counts of domestic violence disorderly conduct, 1 count of domestic violence criminal damage. They looks like they have the same exact, is it just 1 case or is it 2? Okay. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty. I am going to release you. I don't have much information. I don't have a Rule 9.1 form, so I'm going to order that you have no contact with the victim involved in this case. Your next court date is
Okay.
going to be in South Tucson City Court, November 15th at 10 a.m. Make sure you appear. If you do not, a warrant will issue for your arrest. You also had a warrant for your arrest for shoplifting at a justice court. The alleged incident date was from November 19th of 2022. I'm going to enter plea of not guilty. I will release you, give you a chance to appear in justice court on your own on December 3rd at 8:30 a.m. If you don't appear, a warrant will issue for your arrest. And then you had cases out of city court. It looks like warrants for your arrest, 2 separate cases of criminal trespass. One of the cases involved criminal trespass and resisting arrest. So, Mr. Hagan, I'm not sure what's happening with you. As you can see, these cases will never go away until you appear in court. They're misdemeanor charges, so you need to appear on your own
Yes,
so
Your
that
Honor.
you can resolve these cases. Your next court date in city court is going to be December 9th at 9:30 a.m. I'll allow you to appear on your own. You are.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Now, go to the bank. The cover,
What is your full name, please?
Brendan Wallace Makeman,
Is it Wallace your middle name or a last name?
middle.
All right, looks like you're charged with domestic violence assault, domestic violence disorderly conduct. I am going to enter pleas of not guilty. I will release you, but you can't go back to that home location. Do not commit to any further acts of domestic violence. Do you understand the release conditions?
Yes, Judge.
All right, your next court date's in Justice Court, December 3rd at 8:30 a.m. Make sure you appear. If you do not, a warrant will issue for your arrest. You are excused. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Meek,
What is your full name, please?
Mark.
All right, so Mr. Meek, it looks like you have 3 cases. 1 case involved criminal trespass, a warrant for your arrest. The alleged incident date was from, let's see, today's date. I'm going to enter plea of not guilty. You're not allowed to go back to 1140 North Park Avenue. Do you understand?
Yes.
I will release you on this case. Your next court date is going to be December 3rd at 8:30 a.m. in Justice Court. You also had a case involving criminal trespass. It was a warrant for your arrest. And the incident date was from August 15th of 2024. I'm going to quash the warrant, release you. December 3rd at 8:30 a.m. is your next court date. And then you had another case out of Justice Court, criminal trespass. I will enter plea of not guilty, quash the warrant, December 3rd at 8:30 a.m. So all 3 cases are December 3rd at 8:30 a.m. in Justice Court. Make sure you appear. If you do not, warrants will issue for your arrest. And Mr. Meek, you also had 2 cases in warrant status out of City Court. One case was a disorderly conduct assault charge from July 15th of 2024. The other case was a criminal trespass from June 9th of 2024. So, Mr. Meek, I'm not sure what's happening in your life, but you cannot pick up new charges. And you have to appear in court, sir. These cases will never go away until you appear in court. As you can see, these incidences happened in 2024 in city court, and already warrants had gone out for your arrest. So you need to make sure you appear this time, December 10th at 9 a.m. If you don't appear, more warrants will issue for your arrest. You are excused. Thank you.
Thanks.
Sanchez,
What is your full name, please?
Angelina Sanchez.
What's your middle name?
I don't have one.
You're charged with domestic violence assault, domestic violence disorderly conduct. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty. I will release you. Do not commit any further acts of domestic violence. Your next court date is going to be in Justice Court, December 3rd at 8:30 a.m. Make sure you appear. If you do not, a warrant will issue for your arrest. You are excused.
Thank you. Thank you.
Alvarez.
What is your full name, please?
Samuel Basilio Alvarez.
All right, so it looks like you picked up new charges for domestic violence assault, domestic violence, 2 counts of domestic violence disorderly conduct. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty. Hold on. You also had 2 cases in warrant status out of city court. And a petition to revoke your probation was filed back on about August 25th of 2020. It states in a petition that you were placed on probation June 29th of 2020 for 2 separate domestic violence cases. It was unsupervised probation for 24 months. And the petition to revoke your probation was filed because it states you violated probation in 2 ways. 1, you failed to complete your domestic violence treatment or counseling, and number 2, you failed to check in for your court hearings, probation review hearings. I am going to enter enter in denial of the allegations in that petition. And I am going to, on the petition, hold you on a bond. It's going to be $2,000 secured, and I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Your attorney will be in touch with you, or if you post a bond, you must be in touch with your attorney. Your next hearing date for your new charges and this charge is November 13th at 1:30 p.m. You are excused. Thank you.
Thank you.
What is your full name, please?
Fernando Ramirez Jr.
You are charged with domestic violence disorderly conduct. I'm going to enter a plea of not guilty. I will release you. Do not commit any further acts of domestic violence. Your next court date is going to be in city court, December 3rd at 3:00 p.m. You must appear. If you do not, a warrant will issue for your arrest. You are excused. Thank you.
Thank you.
Doret.
Yeah, sorry.
Just gonna sit down right there in my red chair.
That's
What is your full name?
Alexis Daniela Doret.
What is your middle name?
Daniela.
You are charged with 1 count of domestic violence assault, domestic violence disorderly conduct. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty. How do you spell your middle name by chance?
I don't even know, to be honest with you. The E's at the end get me confused.
I'm sorry.
I'm
How do
sorry.
you spell your name?
I don't know how to spell my middle name. I don't. It's like DANILLELLE.
You're charged with domestic violence assault, domestic violence disorderly conduct. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty. I will release you. Do not commit any further acts of domestic violence. Your next court date is going to be in city court, December 3rd at 3:00 p.m. You must be present. If not, a warrant will issue for your arrest. You are excused.
Thank you.
Hey, good afternoon or evening.
Good evening, Judge. How are you?
Very good.
Dote.
What is your full name, please?
Charlene Maurice Dote.
Charged with one count of theft of means of transportation and third-degree burglary. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty. I do have to let you know you have a constitutional right to remain silent to be represented by an attorney. There is an attorney who is seated next to you representing you for this evening's hearings. The state prosecutor's office is okay with your release to the supervision of pretrial services. I am going to follow that recommendation and release you to their supervision. You must comply with any monitored treatment as directed by pretrial services. You are not allowed to drink any alcohol or take any illegal drugs while on release status, and do not have any contact with the victims involved in this case. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Do not go to that person's residence or work location. Public Defender's Office is appointed to represent you. Your preliminary hearing is set November 21st, 2024 at 1:30 p.m. Stay in touch with your attorney. You are excused. Thank you.
Thank you.
What is your full name, please?
Richard Joseph Duarte.
You're charged with one count of criminal damage, one count of unlawful possession of narcotic drug, one count of unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia. I am going to enter pleas of not guilty. You do have a constitutional right to remain silent to be represented by an attorney. There is an attorney who is seated next to you representing you for this evening's hearings. I'm going to hear first from the prosecutor's office regarding their bond recommendation, and then I will hear from your attorney. There is a probation hold on him. County Attorney?
Thank you, Judge. The state is recommending a $5,000 bond in this case. As the court noted, there is a probation hold. He has 2 prior convictions and high pretrial services scores.
Defense Counsel?
Your Honor, given the probation hold, we just ask you to consider setting the $1,000 bond for tax credit.
Mr. Duarte, your bond is set $5,000. You are not allowed to have any contact with the victim involved in this case. Public Defender's Office is appointed to represent you. Your preliminary hearing is set for November 12th at 1:30 p.m. Your attorney will be in touch with you soon. You also have, as a result of this case, got charged with a misdemeanor DUI charge and having alcohol, open container of alcohol in the vehicle you were driving. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty, release you on the misdemeanor matter. Your next court date's in Marana City Court, December 4th at 10 a.m. And I will let Marana City Court know that you're currently in custody on 2 different matters. You are excused. Thank you. What is your full name, please?
Andre Maurice Gaines.
Gaines, you had a felony warrant for your arrest for a burglary and a second-degree charge and a domestic violence aggravated assault charge. The alleged incident date was from October 28th of 2024. I'm going to quash the warrant, enter pleas of not guilty, let you know there is a constitutional right to remain silent, and you also have a right to be represented by an attorney. There is an attorney who is seated next to you representing you for this evening's hearings. Deputy County Attorney?
Thank you, Your Honor. The state is recommending a no bond hold.
And Defense Counsel.
We just ask for a no bond hearing, Judge. Thank you.
Mr. Gaines, pursuant to the Arizona Constitution, if you have a pending felony case and you pick up new felony charges, you're not entitled to bond. So I'm going to hold you without bond. Daniel South is your appointed counsel. Your first hearing is a no bond hearing on November 6th at 2:30 p.m. Your preliminary hearing is set November 12th at 1:30 p.m. You're not allowed to have any contact with the victim involved in this case. Go to where that person lives or works. Possess no firearms. Your attorney will be in touch with you soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
For now.
Just with no. Here. Yeah, this is of lenses of the things. You know? Yeah. It's.
What is your full name, please?
Hello, Ray, right now?
You are charged with unlawful possession of narcotic drug, unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty, letting you know that you do have a constitutional right to remain silent, to be represented by an attorney in this case. You do have an attorney who is seated next to you representing you for this evening's hearing. The county attorney is okay with your release to the supervision of pretrial services. I will follow that recommendation and release you to their supervision. You must comply with any monitored treatment as directed by pretrial services. You are not allowed to drink any alcohol or take any illegal drugs. Public Defender's Office is appointed to represent you. Your first hearing is called a SMART hearing. It is set on November 12th at 9 a.m. If you're out of custody, you must be present for this court date. If you're not present, a warrant could issue for your arrest. And for the record, your preliminary hearing is set November 21st at 1:30 p.m. Mr. Renau, you also had several warrants for your arrest out of justice court. You had a new charge from today for drug paraphernalia, a shoplifting warrant from February 17th, 2023, shoplifting from May 6th of 2023, shoplifting from May 30th of 2022, shoplifting from March 3rd of 2022, shoplifting from May 29th of 2022. And each of those cases, your bond is set at $100. I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you. Her name is Janet Altschuler for all cases in justice court. Your next court date, you're going to see a judge in justice courts November 4th at 1:00 p.m. That's on Monday. Your attorney will see you in court. You are excused. Thank you. Oh, shoot. You know what, Jail, can I have him back? I didn't see his city files. Sorry about that, Mr. Renau. Can I get him back in the chair?
So right now, just want to see again. Yes.
You got matters in city court, so you can see.
Mr. Renau, you have a new charge in city court also, drug paraphernalia from today's date. I'm gonna enter plea of not guilty. Let you know that you do have a constitutional right to remain silent, to be represented by an attorney if you can afford one. If the state's asking for a jail in this case, you are entitled to be screened to see if you qualify for an attorney. Need to let you know that you do have a right to be present for all hearing dates. If you were to have a trial in this case and you were found guilty of the drug paraphernalia charge, and you did not appear for your sentencing, 90 days later you did not appear, then you would waive your right to have an appeal in your case. I'm entering plea of not guilty. Set your next court date in city court, December 2nd, 2024 at 2:00 p.m. Make sure you make your hearing date. You are excused. Thank you.
Your vote's down the city court. The justice.
What is your full name, please?
Renee, how are you doing that?
This is where theft of means of transportation, aggravated DUI, and unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia. I'm going to enter pleas of not guilty. I need to let you know you do have a constitutional right to remain silent, to be represented by an attorney. You do have an attorney who is seated next to you representing you for this evening's hearings. I'm going to hear first from the prosecutor's office regarding their bond recommendation, and then I will hear from your attorney. Deputy County Attorney.
Your Honor, the state is recommending a $5,000 bond. The defendant has a prior felony conviction. He scores as high as possible on the pretrial services scales and does have an active NBCA flag.
Defense counsel.
Your Honor, we're asking you not to find probable cause in the aggravated DUI count. That's because there is no indication that Mr. Yolonga's license was suspended or revoked. So we are left.
Hold on a second. Mr. Terrace, your response?
I did just have 1 second, Your Honor.
No problem.
Judge, I don't have anything to add to the interim complaint.
I don't see anything. In the complaint about why they alleged ag DUI with a suspended license, so. I will dismiss that particular charge only and keep the charge of theft of means of transportation and unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia. Mr. Urango, there's a possibility the state could add additional charges to your case once a further investigation occurs. So for now, you have the charges of theft of means of transportation, possession of drug paraphernalia. Your bond is set at $5,000. You're not allowed to have any contact with the true owners of the vehicle. And if you're able to post that bond, you will be released to the supervision of pretrial services. You must comply with any monitored treatment they recommend. You are not allowed to drink any alcohol or take any illegal drugs, and you're not allowed to drive without a valid license. The legal defender's office is appointed to represent you. Your preliminary hearing is set November 12th at 1:30 p.m. You also had misdemeanor warrants for your arrest out of city court. One case was a drug paraphernalia, one case was a shoplifting, another drug paraphernalia case, and another shoplifting case. I'm going to quash those warrants. I am going to release you on those matters. December 9th at 2:30 p.m. is your next court date in city court. And I'll let city court know that you're currently in custody on a felony matter. You are excused. Thank you. And everyone's excused. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good night. Thank you.
Please meeting.
We go off record.